in this best of 3. Spawning in the top left corner of the map. He's up 1-0 in the series. It's MVP's red Protoss player, who's going out of his base just a little bit early. It's YongHwa.
Wow. In the bottom right, as the yellow Protoss, it's Infinum.
Yo, so I laugh at my ass. I don't know who made the picture, but I remember seeing on Reddit the other day where I guess Artosis said something like YongHwa is like really awesome for his macro, and then someone took like all these screenshots of him proxying. I laugh hard because that's exactly what we always fucking see of him, right? Like in the OlimoLeague, it was pretty perfect for that. And you know, sometimes I'm the first person to be guilty of this. I'll mix up players' styles versus other players, or I'll confuse two players together once in a while, but. It was too perfect because I was like, man, we always see YongHwa do this shit, right? He's gonna gas steal. He's gonna double gas steal. YongHwa, you dirty son of a bitch.
This is exactly what happened in Pro League on the exact same map. I forget who the players were, but it was a pretty highly recommended game to watch. I think this week. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But like the guy went like a double gas steal into like proxy oracle or something, and then like into like all the into like a blink stalker or something like that. It was crazy. Like it was just, the succession was just so Protoss-y, man. It was like ultimate Protoss BS.
So
versus Hero.
YongHwa's do something right now that I've seen Arthur do actually quite a bit. That is really silly. Where you'll mine the gas and it gets rid of the minerals in your hand. Then you'll mine the minerals and it gets rid of the gas in your hand. You essentially waste like 20 minerals and 20 gas from your opponent by doing this.
Yeah.
It's such a minor thing that is not a big deal, but it's so frustrating to deal with.
You can also get their worker mining to get off if you mine the right patches, because they're of course trying to put 2 on the nearest ones. So you mine those and it messes it up. And there's all types of tricks you can do with this, and it's really obnoxious. And what's unfortunate is that like I remember this was, I don't remember who, but it was someone versus CJ Hero. And Hero barely held on, and Hero's like one of the greatest players in the world.
So you gonna gas steal again?
He might. Yes, he does.
No, that's Infinum.
No, does he? No, that's.
He's trying to.
He's gonna try.
Yeah.
He's gonna try. But anyways, but like holding off against this for someone who just like is just like I don't know, regular like masters, or even grandmasters. I don't know if he really knows how.
So let's just stress something here really quick. For those who don't understand Protoss, maybe you played Terran, maybe you played Zerg, whatever the case may be. Gas is so essential to Protoss builds, and I'm not talking because Templar are expensive or Colossus are. You can't even start Warp Gate. You can't get Stalkers out. You've already forced 2 Zealots because that's all your opponent can do in the early game. And what are you coming at them with? Air. So the Mothership Core. Yeah, Mothership Core later, so no Photon Overcharge this time around. If he does go for his own Stargate, it's significantly later, so no Phoenix direct counter. YongHwa says, you know what, buddy? You shut down my Oracle game 1. I played Standard. Let me show you the true power of a YongHwa going Oracles.
Was it SOS? Like, God, who was this? I actually want to find the Pro League VOD to send you guys to it. Because this is like the exact same thing. Someone else did like the exact same map, too. Maybe it was Soar versus SOS. In Junior versus CJ Entis. But it was super crazy. I highly recommended. And just, it looks like the most OP build ever, but you just rarely ever see it, man. Like setting a probe out that early, that's usually for a proxy gateway, not double gas steal.
Well, I'm really curious to see just how bad this will go. He's moving towards Flight Council. He's gonna have at least 2 to 3 Stalkers out to try and slow this down, but Stalkers do not exactly remove Oracles quickly. They take quite a bit of time. Even still, just getting 3 or so probes is really nice. I only got 2. That's a little unfortunate, but yeah, you're already just gonna mess with your opponent's income so heavily by going for those gas steals. And the worst part is because the Oracle didn't die, and this is the strength of it not doing damage but still being alive. Infinium's gonna have to leave Stalkers in that mineral line for the next, well, probably 5-10 minutes. So for YongHwa, he knows that he's got a little bit more freedom to either all in or expand himself. So he's gonna go for the expand, so not bad.
It looks like it. But he's also looking to apply pressure. Now their Blink's gonna pair up quite close to each other. One big difference in most PvPs is that Infinum did delay his mothership core a lot just because he had to in order to get everything else, which was definitely like a decision he had to make: either get Blink now or mothership core now.
Well, the other problem too is like you couldn't even rush the mothership core because you needed the stalkers for the oracle. Like there's just so many things here that went wrong.
Yeah. And this is going to be what would usually be light pressure, like not a big deal, is now even just, it could get a cancel on Nexus if he had a proxy pylon, which he is placing one down now. It's not quite ready.
We were talking about before, it has to leave a couple stalkers in the mineral line, so a little outnumbered here. Ooh, misclick, focuses down the zealots, just got to run for it, cancels the pylon too.
Yeah.
Was really hoping to get in there for some free damage with 2 stalkers, good defense so far out of Infinium.
No, I feel like YongHwa would be underestimating his opponent no matter what, just because you don't know the name, alright? Like, whether or not you know there are 4...
Opposed to, like, what, OlimoLeague?
YongHwa?
Yeah, no, you just, the way you said it sounded very much like YongHwa. Like, young blood, what are you doing?
I guess so.
Sorry,
isn't that just, like, how, like, a lot of people say it, though? It's just my question.
No, sorry, it's just, that's, I don't know, I'm waking up still, pardon me. It sounded funny. Really funny to me for no reason. Am I high right now?
Rifkin. I don't even know what I was saying. Whatever.
You were saying how he's not old because he's young?
No! But it was probably along the lines of just that Infinium is doing a really nice job defending against not getting tripped up.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't know. It's not even that funny. What's wrong with me?
I don't know.
Okay. Oh, sleep deprivation. We'll call it that. Now, if this game progresses along the lines of like Blink Soccer Wars, that's great. But it's also going to go in the favor of somebody who gets upgrades. So on one hand, you got YongHwa who's going to get ready to take the mid game, whereas Infinium's preparing for the later game. Already moving into what is potentially Colossus, getting some Immortals out. And I do worry for YongHwa's sake that if he does get stuck over-investing what looks to be an all-in right now, if Infinium holds, I don't know that YongHwa will be able to deal with a counterattack.
Well, here comes the attack now. It all does come down to whether or not he can hold this. The sentries, wow, are immediately sniped.
Yeah, really nice snipes too. Like, he just kind of walks right up in there, right into the zealots. Blinks away, loses a stalker or two, but the big thing about losing the sentries is A, no guardian shield to reduce the damage of those stalkers, and B, no force fields to keep them out and make force fields all kind of, blinks all kind of awkward.
Yeah, because they they blink
back,
so
blink
and then you
Oh.
force field them off, and then Mortal gets some really nice shots. But really nice use of the Oracle here. Might even still save it. It's a revelation off at the very least. So he's gonna have another opportunity to blink up here before it wears off.
Probably not. Revelation doesn't give that much vision.
Does it really not have any vision for the high ground? Well, either way, it may end it here.
He does get the Immortal, which is nice. Mothership Core coming into the fight. He's fighting inside a lot of Zealots, too. Now, I don't know if he wants to blink up. I think blinking down is probably the best course of action. But as we see through Revelation, it doesn't really give a lot for vision.
Well, yeah, there's an Observer anyways.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
So he didn't need it. But it would be nice to see if there's anything out there, which Revelation is still giving, you know? Like, is there 2 Immortals right next to that gateway that I see? Well, no, so maybe it's okay to still blink up.
Yeah. Let's see here. The Colossus coming up next. I mean, they're okay. Stalkers, I still think you take on the Colossus pretty well. It's the Immortals that are the scariest thing for those. But while his own Immortals are on the way behind this, we don't exactly... I don't think he's got a Robo down yet, right? No, so he can't make his own Colossus.
Robo Bay. Yeah.
Or Robo Bay, pardon me. Yeah, the distinction between the two. Yeah, so it's a little bit worrisome there because now starting it up. He's going to be late to the party, though, in a lot of different regards. Just generally speaking, his army supply is low.
I'm gonna be also kind of impressed by Infinium, and I gotta think that YongHwa is too. Like, you go in without knowing anyone's name at all, whether or not you know they're Korean, and you gotta think I have an edge here. Like, I play in Pro League, I'm in like a team house, like I'm pretty good at this matchup, and I think I'm gonna be getting an easy win here and holding off against like the shenanigans that were the double gas steal. A follow-up Blink Stalker attack, like knowing about that Oracle. Either Infinium really studied that one like game that I'm talking about, and this is just his like forte now, or he's just in general like a really good PvP player. And if so, I'm pretty impressed. I wonder if this is actually someone we would know if they weren't using this name. I mean, even that last game that he lost was still a well-executed all-in. It was just an all-in that didn't quite work out.
Let's see here. I guess if anything, YongHwa might have upgrades come to his favor. Say with a bit of a question mark though. I do like the Zealot charge coming out of Infinum quite a bit better. I mean, quite frankly, a lot of the times it's Zealots just being meat shields versus Zealots actually dealing a bit of damage. I mean, keep in mind too, Zealots deal so much damage, all you gotta really do is attack once. And if that charge lets them get that one attack off, it's usually pretty worth it.
Of course, Blink Stalkers aren't what you want in a very big engagement, but in the mid game they can still provide the, what do you want to call it, the micro capabilities to win out. You know, they get on top of the Colossus, they blink to the left to distract the fire, and they can still help out in these low supply engagements. 2 Immortals versus just the one for Infinum, as his other one is picked off. Yeah, in the Blink Stalker attack.
It's more about the 3 Colossus to 1 though. I mean, I know there's 2, another one's coming out just now, but I mean, Colossus just has so much damage. The Dark Shrine's kind of a cool touch. Unfortunately, he knows his opponent has an observer. His own was sniped off, though, so if this Dark Shrine does come into effect, it's not going to be anything immediate that walks right into the army.
Yeah, plus, I mean, if you really want to take it effect, it's got to be with the War Prism, and he's already behind on the Colossus count, so even spending that time to get a War Prism.
It's a pretty terrible feeling for that to be the case now, too, because usually, not even that long ago, if you were behind on the Colossus count, you could just go to Tempest. You could make a different tech swap. You could go a different direction with the matchup. But sadly, with the way the changes were, Tempest just really are not that viable anymore. We've still seen them crop up once in a while, but truth be told, just massive Colossus, even if you're behind, tends to be a little bit more effective. Which kind of sucks. Like, they really destroyed the Tempest in both HOTS and Legacy.
Yeah, I don't really mind it. I never really appreciated the Tempest, so it's like, it sucks like gameplay wise, but like design and coolness factor, I don't really care.
I just always say their attack. They've got the most annoying, obnoxiously, unnecessarily loud attack for the most insignificant little ball of energy.
Yeah, it looks like it should like be like a planet destroyer.
Oh, this bad.
Oh my god, that's so much gas. Why would you do that?
I don't understand, because the worst part is you send one in to check and you lose it. Great, not a bad investment at all. Use the other 5 later. Forced to recall here. YongHwa making a lot of very questionable decisions coming up here on the 19-minute mark. Big shout out to Lasher86, by the way, 5-month resub. Halfway to get, or almost halfway to getting yourself some of these wonderful Partouf coins. Someone asked me too, like, can you like punch a hole in these and make a necklace out of it if you want to? Yo, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Once you've got it, they're yours. If you want to melt it down and burn it, if you want to punch a hole in it, make it a necklace or something, yo, it's your Partouf to remember your time on Base Trade TV with. Do whatever you'd like. There's just no replacements. Keep that in mind.
Yeah. Well, this push looks pretty damn strong.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess they're like even supply.
Fucked.
Wow. R-rated.
You know, to be abrupt though. Well, you gotta click the button to watch the channel. To be quite frank though, this is an attack I think YongHwa could have capitalized on. The Colossus were exposed in the back. All the Zealots and all the Archons are on the wrong side to tank an actual engagement. He's posturing around the side now, but I mean, he really could. That was an opportunity to flank the Colossus. I think really missed out on. He doesn't have the Archon count, I think, more than anything else to contend with his army. The layering is just way better for Infinum. Infinum actually has a warping point over here, despite the fact that they're fighting on YongHwa's side of the field. YongHwa has got no reinforcement points nearby. He's gonna lose everything.
He just lost, man. I don't think he was expecting to lose.
No, this was. I don't know what happened with YongHwa here towards the end of the game, but his positioning was bad. His engagements weren't good. Those Dark Templar, like, what the hell was that? I mean, congratulations to Infinum. Sorry, I don't want to get too negative about this, but there's just a lot of stuff that made me go, what? Coming out of YongHwa that game.